Okay, today I want to talk to you guys about the archetypes of the collective unconscious, and in particular, the trickster archetype. Because the trickster archetype isn't a huge facet of this book, but it's a huge facet of your life, especially if you haven't really figured things out, especially if you kind of feel stuck. The trickster archetype is the path to salvation or the path to ruin, and it's this double-edged sword that I think is extremely fascinating, and I think it's really a thing to play around with. It's really a thing to explore and something to familiarize yourself with. I don't know why I can't say words, but anyway, the trickster archetype is probably best seen through figures like Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver, or the Joker, or any such characters. Think about comedians. Think about people like that. And basically, what Jung believes the trickster archetype to be is the person who has not yet mastered the art but is playing around with the ideas. And this is extremely important because before you can become an expert, before you become a master, you must try things, you must experiment, you must in some way try and fail, you must in some way say something that is not quite sensible, is not quite soft, is abrasive. But through this journey of trial and error, that's where you find yourself, that's where you find that level of mastery, that's where you become the hero, that's where you become the person that you really want to be and always have been, but you just have been neglecting it. And interestingly enough, I think there's two ways to go about it. There's the way where you accept your trials, where you accept your suffering, where you accept your pain, and you transform it into good. And you could take this as the classic Joker versus Batman. I feel like I'm using really weird examples, really played out examples, but I think it's fairly well done. So let's talk about Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. Batman saw his parents get taken out in front of him, and he used that lifetime of pain, lifetime of sadness to turn himself into someone who would no longer let that happen to others. Whereas the Joker, depending what origin story, he had a terrible upbringing, terrible life. Everything went wrong for this guy, and eventually he just snapped and said, "The world shall know pain," as Vegeta says. I feel like I'm using all these childish references, but it's hilarious to kind of see these ideas play out through these things. But what does this mean for your life? What does this mean for your experience? How do we start using these ideas? How do we start using these archetypes to find out what we really want to be and who we really are? Simply put, you have to go out and try and fail. You have to go out and go into the world and do things that are terrifying. Jung basically says that if you continue to neglect your fears, if you continue to neglect to face them, that they're going to get bigger and stronger, and it's going to be that much harder in the future. And you never get over the problems, you just learn how to deal with them. You must face the same issue time and time again until it's resolved, until you get over that insecurity, until you get over that fear. It will continue to rear its head. Think about people who are constantly in bad relationships. Think about people who always say, "Why can't I be lucky in this? Why can't I be lucky in that?" Well, that's a person that hasn't dealt with their own insecurities. That's a person that doesn't respect themselves enough to find someone that is aligned with their values. That's somebody that needs to be in a relationship for the sake of their own sanity, so that they don't feel bad, so they don't feel like they're left out. And once you start playing with these ideas, you have a real good path to finding out the things that make you happy, finding out the things that inspire you, finding out the things that you're good at, that you're going to go with for the rest of your life, and you're going to be a productive member of society. And I'm not saying this for the sake of, you must do this, you must do that. I'm saying this, people want to help other people. People want to be useful to other people. There's just a baseline level of psychology that's the desire. Whether you think it's Nietzsche's will to power, whether you think it's Schopenhauer's will to live, there's something in us that wants to be useful, that wants to be productive, and find out the things that are aligned with yourself and find out the things that are aligned with society. Try to combine those through the trickster archetype. Go out there, go into the world, face your fears, face the things that are holding you back, and through this journey, you'll find yourself. That's it. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Very soon, I'm going to be writing something about this in more detail. I'm also going to be exploring more of Jung's ideas in the written format. So if you want that, go ahead, join my school community. If not, continue to watch the videos, because as I explore these ideas, as I write them down, I'm going to explain them through a video format. So just if you just want to watch the videos, that's cool too. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.